Hello and welcome to the Box Score Breakdown. I'm your host, William Harris, aka William is Bill, and we are back. If you don't know, the Box Score Breakdown, we recap games of the night, discuss waiver wire pickups, drops, sales, etc. Everything you need in your day-to-day, game-to-game, NBA recaps. So make sure you subscribe to the podcast, subscribe to the YouTube, Box Score Breakdown, and check us out on X. Under Sports Ethos, Sports Ethos presentation. And we'll be here for you every Monday through Friday. Tim Woodson and I will have you covered. And this is a Sports Ethos production. Like I said, make sure you check us out every time after Aaron Brewski and Dr. A's breakdowns on Fantasy NBA Today. We're going to start going live on here, so you may catch us before them at times, but you need us both. It's always a fun time with us. Now, it's a 9-game slate today, so let's get straight to the recaps for Monday, November 3rd, 2025. Hope you guys did well and are doing well in your fantasy lineups. And like I said, let's get straight to it like there's nothing to it. All right, first game, we're going to start off with the Kings versus the Nuggets. The Nuggets won 130-124. Domantas Sabonis is officially back with 17 rebounds tonight. Only had 13 points, but he did have 5 assists. So, like I said, he is still working his way into form, but it's good to see that he's not had to take any games off and playing big minutes, 37 minutes, 50% from the field. Domantas Sabonis, probably check back next week, and he's going to be in all-star form. Russell Westbrook started as well, 37 minutes. A lot of people did not see this coming, but 37 minutes is huge for Russ, and he had the game of his season, 26 points, 12 rebounds, 6 assists, 2 steals. Incredible game. 58, basically 59% from the field for Russell Westbrook. They lost, but it definitely was a revenge game against his old team from last year. He did have 6 turnovers. So, people are going to see that stat line and be like, man, Russ needs to start every game. He needs to get big minutes every game. He's back. It was a revenge game. He had 6 turnovers. So it's not going to always be like this. Let's just put it like that. But that's a big performance by Russ with 26 and 12 with 6 assists. He was feeling it tonight. I will give him that. DeMar DeRozan, 19 points, 3 boards, 1 steal. You want a little more from DeRozan, but Russell Westbrook took that on tonight. Dennis Schroeder, a big game as well. All the starters played big minutes for the Kings. 18 and 9 assists for Dennis Schroeder with the steal. Very nice performance. He is basically announcing he's here to stay. We'll see. Every season he does well at times and then gets traded mid-season. We'll see how long the Kings keep this lineup together. Zach LaVine with 37 minutes had 15 points, 5 boards, 4 assists. It's subpar game for Zach. You normally want to see more scoring for him, but he was 4 from 11 from the field. That's why 36%. You want to see him around, close to 50%. You would love that. But he took a backseat today. Like I said, Russ and DeMar took the most shots on its team. Now, Keon Ellis had 15 off the bench, but not much else for the guys. I will say Nick Clifford was back and played 19 minutes. So something to look out for. I think he'll get more minutes. He's ramping back because the first game he started. For the Nuggets, of course, you want to talk about Jokic. 34 points, 7 rebounds, 14 assists, 4 steals, 2 blocks, 63% from the field. Tremendous game by Jokic. This is probably his best game of the season. 34 and 14. 4 steals for a center. Just insane. Aaron Gordon, let's move on. We know Jokic is just ridiculous. Aaron Gordon, 20 points, 7 boards, 1 steal, 1 block. That's pretty typical Aaron Gordon game. Jamal Murray, 15 points, 7 boards, 7 assists, and a block. Having a solid season right there. Christian Brown bounced back. A lot of people say he's stealing money from the Nuggets, but he played well tonight. 21 points, 4 boards, and 3 assists. Cam Johnson, Not doing it. Not doing it for the Nuggets, but they won. So I'm just gonna leave it at that. And Bruce Brown off the bench with 13 and 6. Solid, super, super deep leagues. And like I said, this is the box score breakdown. We are live, guys. So I appreciate you guys watching, listening live. And I got a question right now. I was gonna answer questions at the end, but I love to see the feedback. Drop Diabate for Nurkic or a hold in the category league. Ooh, that's tough. We know Kessler is hurt, but they have not said how long he's going to be out. I think you're in the same boat with those two guys. Nurkic had the game winner tonight, so it wouldn't hurt. But I mean, long term, you probably rather have Diabate. That's a tough one, actually. That's a tough one. Let's move on to the next game. The Pistons beat the Grizzlies 114 to 106. And let's start with Cade Cunningham. In 39 minutes, he had 33 points, 8 assists, 5 boards, and 1 block. Really, really, really good game for Cade. We're used to seeing those assists a little bit higher, but you can't complain too much about that. And they got the dub. All-Star Thompson, let's go to him second because he made some news tonight. 9 points, 4 boards, 1 assist, 4 steals, 2 blocks. You love the 4 steals. I mean, that's just incredible, honestly. And the 2 blocks, incredible as well. We know he's not going to put up too many points, but good category league performance by All-Star Thompson. He did get into a scuffle tonight with Vince Williams. They ran into each other. There was a little pulling. Vince got a little push in there. Things got heated, but that's typical Grizzlies Pistons performances. All-Star acting like amen a little bit, but no, All-Star did not do anything to ramp up the beef. He didn't want none of it. He was like, I don't have time for this. And just be glad Isaiah Stewart didn't go crazy. But speaking of Isaiah Stewart, he had 26 points, 14 rebounds, 4 assists, 4 blocks. That is insane. And that is because Tobias Harris was out. What a performance by Isaiah Stewart. I mean, that was incredible. I don't know how long Tobias Harris is going to be out, but you're going to want to pick up Isaiah Stewart if he's on your waivers. He's on some waivers because he has up and down games. So if Tobias is out, you definitely want that production right there. You can't just leave that on the bench if you have space for it. Jalen Duren, 14 points, 9 boards, 3 assists, 1 steal, and 1 block. Solid performance by Jalen Duren. And on the bench, Ron Holland had 14 points, but not too much else. I want to see him get big minutes. We'll see if that happens. For the Grizzlies, Ja Morant is back. 18 points, 5 boards, 10 assists, and a steal. So he came back with a vengeance, not scoring-wise, but 10 assists is incredible for Ja Morant. But you know you want that field goal percentage higher, 31% Ja. So if he would have made more of his shots, he would have had a really good game. But it's solid, but the percentages kill you. But he did shoot well from the free throw line, 89%. All right, let's go to Jaren Jackson Jr., 21 points, 4 boards, 1 assist. 2 blocks, though. He did have 2 blocks because I'm like, why does he only have 4 rebounds? It's like he can't get it in the same game. He either has 10 rebounds and no blocks or 4 rebounds and 2 blocks. But working their way into form. Jaren Jackson Jr. Jock Landale played 30 minutes, 13 and 5 with 4 steals. What's up with the centers getting 4 steals tonight? A lot of activity with the big man. Jalen Wells, nothing of note but 6 rebounds. KCP wasting space in the starting lineup. We know we want to hear about Cedric Coward. 17 points in 31 minutes with 6 boards, 2 assists. He had a much better game than KCP, and they lost. So they're going to have to get Cedric in the lineup sooner rather than later. Cam Spencer off the bench with 13. Aldama, 11 and 5. Not too crazy. Let's see if I have. All right, no more questions right now. Let's go to the next game. The Rockets defeated the Mavs 110 to 102. For the Mavs, let's start with Cooper Flagg. Had 12 points, 5 boards, 2 assists, and 1 steal. And you're basically seeing average performances by Cooper Flag, and I think everyone was expecting all-star, superstar performances by Cooper Flag. It's just not happening this early. Uh, and it could be because of the time we're in. It could be because of the hype, the preseason, the summer league, um, just the draft ramp up. You expect superstars to come out there from day one. LeBron wasn't LeBron in day one. You know, Steph wasn't Steph day one. So we will see. But Cooper Flag he's got a long pathway to get better and be that all-star that we want to see. But NBA is hard, man, especially without a point guard. Daniel Gafford's back in the starting lineup with 14 points, 4 boards, 2 steals, and 3 blocks. That's what we want to see because, again, Derek Lively did not play. So as long as he's out, Daniel Gafford is going to put up those good performances, especially with the boards and blocks. Not only 4 boards, but we'll take the 2 steals and 3 blocks. PJ Washington, 29 and 12 with 2 steals and a block. Great game. Klay Thompson, nothing. Max Christie, 17 and 6 assists. Good game by Max Christie. People are forgetting they have Max Christie. But when guys are out especially, he performs. D'Lo, 10 points, 12 assists off the bench. 12 assists is nothing to sneeze at. So great performance there. They played a lot of guys, but not a great performance by the team. All right, for the Rockets, KD, Kevin Durant, 21 points, 6 boards, 5 assists, 1 steal, 1 block. Classic KD performance. You want to see 30 plus every night, but he's 37 years old. So you're going to have some 21-point games. Tari Eason started, had 15 points, 4 boards, 2 assists, 2 steals, and he started because Jabari Smith was out this game. I think he was resting because he was banged up. Alperen Sengun, 26 points, 11 boards, 6 assists, 1 steal. Great performance by Al. Josh Okogie started, 2 steals. Amen Thompson, he had been having some down games, but 27 points, 5 boards, 4 assists, 1 steal, 1 block. He's back. Hopefully we can keep that production right there. Nothing else of note. The bigs on the bench with 9 and 8 boards, but that's about it. I mean, if you want to hear about Reed Shepherd, he didn't do much in 17 minutes. 5 points, 5 boards, 3 assists, and an overall disappointment by everyone that thought they had a superstar in Reed Shepherd. It has not come to form yet. For the next game, we have the Minnesota Timberwolves versus the Nets. The Timberwolves won 125 to 109. And just make sure, by the way, if you have not liked, subscribed, gone to SportsEthos.com, followed me at William Isbill, make sure you do so. And thank you all for watching on Twitter and YouTube, the Box Score Breakdown. But like I said, the Timberwolves won. Julius Randle had 19 and 11 with 10 assists and 2 steals. That's right. That's a triple-double for the big man. Tremendous game. 50% from the field, 88% from free throw line. How much more perfect can you ask for? And Jaden McDaniels on a tear this year. 22 points, 3 boards, 3 assists, 2 steals, and a block. Jaden McDaniels is playing like an all-star this year. Great performance. You know, that is with the young kid, Anthony Edwards, out. But you got to love it. Rudy Gobert finally in the double digits from points and rebounds. That's what I'm talking about. Rudy, 15 points, 12 boards. Only 1 block, but hey, I'll take that nice double-double. Mike Conley, 9 and 7 assists. Great. Dante DiVincenzo really stepped it up tonight. We expected that every night, but he's been doing what you expect. Tonight he went off. Dante with 25 points, 9 boards, 5 assists. That's a great performance. That's dang near an Edwards type number. So great game there. Off the bench, only one person really worth noting. Naz Reid, 21 points, 3 boards, 2 assists, 1 steal, 1 block. Great job. Still nothing from Terrence Shannon. You know, Dillingham, disappointing. Good to see Leonard Miller play, though. For the Brooklyn Nets, the team that seems like they're trying to lose every game, and they are succeeding at that. Cam Thomas, 25 points, 3 assists, and 2 steals. He is putting up those points, guys. That's what he's there for. If Cam Thomas could get 7 assists per game. I mean, he might make the All-Star game this year. I mean, but you got to get those assists up, Cam. Hopefully, it will happen. Now, our rookies, Nolan Treyarch, 4 minutes. Ben Saraf, 4 minutes. Igor German, 21 minutes, but it was off the bench. I'll go ahead and mention his line. It's not worth mentioning. 2 points, 4 assists, 2 steals, 1 block. But that's the guy we want to know what's going on, because is he a star? Is he nothing? Right now, so far, nothing. But they need to get him in that starting lineup because they're playing Terrence Mann, Tyrese Martin, Noah Clowney. And Clowney had a good game with 15 points and 6 boards and 2 steals. But Terrence Mann, 7 and 5. He does not need to be starting. Tyrese Martin, 12, 3 and 2. Does not need to be starting. Nick Claxton finally had another good game. 19 points, 8 boards, and 7 assists. That is great. Why has Nick Claxton got 7 assists and Cam Thomas has 3, though? You know what I mean? So if they can get that worked out, that would be nice. Zaire Williams off the bench with 14. Day'Ron Sharp, 7 boards, 1 block. Danny Wolf, the other rookie, he got 4 minutes this game. They just played everybody just for no reason. And the Nets they're going to have to figure some things out. It's just a train wreck. I mean, sorry, Nets fans, but that's just what it is. That is what it is. All right, next game, we have the Bucks. And they defeated the Pacers 117-115. This little mini rivalry right here. Miles Turner had a revenge game against his Pacers. Let's see what he did. 9 points, 7 boards, 1 assist, 5 blocks. I was going to say not much, but those 5 blocks, he was rejecting his old team all day. And they got the win. So that sucks for Indiana. But Giannis, 33 points, 13 boards, 5 assists, and 2 steals. All NBA performance right there. Tremendous game by Giannis again. You can't under praise that enough. You know, you read those numbers 33 and 13, but you say Giannis, and it's like, yeah, well, next person. No, that's a tremendous game. And Giannis needs to be applauded and for getting the victory. And the Bucks are 5-2. So a lot of people thought Giannis could be out of there this year. Terrible team. They got rid of Dame for nothing. Not so fast. Ron Rollins, the Dame replacement, as of now, 10 points, 5 boards, 7 assists, and 1 steal. And he is doing his best to try to win that starting lineup spot. 50% from the field, 50% from 3. Honestly, he went 4 for 8 from the field. You honestly want him to shoot more. He kind of took a back seat today because Gary Trent was launching the ball. He had the second most shots on the team, but he went 3 for 12. So Gary Trent, maybe let Ryan shoot a little bit more. Nobody else really did anything in this game that started. I mentioned Kyle Kuzma off the bench. In 16 minutes, he had 15 points, 5 boards. That's great production. He should have been starting over Gary Trent or AJ Green, either one. They're going to have to get him back in the lineup, but maybe they think he's doing better off the bench. Cole Anthony, 11 and 4 assists. If Rollins misses time, look out for Cole Anthony, but otherwise, it's going to be a bench role. Indiana Pacers, you look for that Halliburton name, and you just know it's not there, but that's okay. They're going to get a great draft pick and be back even stronger next year. Now, but the Halliburton replacement and Andrew Nembhard replacement is Quentin Jackson right now. He's been on a rampage, but tonight it toned down. 7 points, 4 assists, 2 boards. So kind of a lot of people spend a lot of fab on Quentin Jackson, but you can mark this as a down game. As long as he's starting, he should be back. Don't worry about it. He was a plus 11. We'll see what happens. But Jarris Walker starting over, Obi Toppin is injured. Jarris Walker, 18 points, 8 boards, 5 assists. Nice game. Aaron Nesmith, 17 and 7 boards. Isaiah Jackson controlling that starting spot with 21 points, 10 boards, and 2 steals and a block. So I mean, he's not giving that job up. So that's impressive because they brought in a lot of centers, and I didn't think Isaiah would be ready to start, and he's doing it. Pascal Siakam, the all-star on this team, 32 points, 8 assists, 3 steals and a block, and 5 boards. All-star worthy game. Great job, Pascal Siakam. And off the bench, nobody did anything. Literally. All right, next game, we're going to go to the Jazz versus the Celtics. The Jazz won 105 to 103. Yeah, you read that right. The Jazz won it, but I mentioned it earlier. Yusuf Nurkic hit the buzzer beater. Lauri Markkanen with 20 points, 9 boards, 2 assists. Great performance. Taylor Hendricks, nothing. He started, but did nothing. And Yusuf Nurkic, we got the question earlier. What should we do with him? 11 points, 11 boards, 4 assists, and a block in 31 minutes. But how long will it last? When Walker Kessler is back, we know that's going to obviously drop a lot. And then you have Filipowski, who you have to think is going to get better later in the season. But as of now, if you can hold on to Nurkic, he's putting up good value. And like I said, he won the game. Does Utah want to win the game? So they might take him out for doing too well. Svi, 9-6. Keontae George with another all-star performance. 31 points, 5 boards, 4 assists, and 1 steal. And Keontae has not been talked about enough. The major networks really need to give this guy some attention. He's playing like an all-star. And not even like an all-star. He's just playing all-star caliber basketball every game, day in and day out. And he needs some praise for that. He could be most improved. I don't know what you want to give him, but if he keeps this up, look out. And he went 56% from the field as a point guard. He truly has turned his game up this season. And I mentioned Filipowski, 13 points, 8 boards on the bench, and 1 block. That's a good, solid performance in 19 minutes. I mean, that's what we expect from Filipowski. So, when he was starting, why wasn't those numbers – his numbers wasn't even this good starting. So, I don't know. Maybe he needs to come off the bench. But if he would have played 30 minutes tonight, he was on pace for 20 and 12. We need to see that on a day-to-day basis because there's no reason Nurkic should be starting over Filipowski. There's no reason Svi Mykhailiuk should be starting over Ace Bailey, Bryce Sensabaugh, but it's happening. So we don't know what Utah's plan is, but it is what it is. And I'll mention Ace Bailey because he was the 5th pick in the draft, 4 points, 2 boards in 18 minutes. Something's not clicking there. We know the talent is there. It could be because he's not starting. You have to give young guys the keys and make them feel confident sometimes. Otherwise, it's going to be performances like this because they have no what's the word? They have no sense of belief from themselves and the team. You know what I mean? Anyway, let's talk about another player that's kind of in that similar vein. Josh Minot started for the Celtics, only played 15 minutes because he was in foul trouble. 2-6 with 2 assists and a block. A lot of people spend a lot of fab on him as well, and it's not gone well since that huge performance. Hopefully he'll get back on track. But it's looking like they should consider starting Anthony Simons, but we'll see. All right, Neemias Queta, 9 points, 8 boards, and 2 steals. Nice. Can't complain about that at all. Derek White, 10 points, 6 assists, 5 boards, 3 steals, 2 blocks. Ridiculous category player. Unfortunately, shot 33% from the field. Obviously, if that was better, you got an all-star. So we'll see. But Jaylen Brown is the all-star on this team with 36 points, 4 assists, and 2 steals. Another great performance by Jaylen. But, he can't carry the team all year. He's going to need some help. Peyton Pritchard with 18, 5, and 3 assists. And this team needs Jason Tatum back pretty bad. I'll just leave it at that. Off the bench, Anthony Simons, that we mentioned earlier, 15 points and 2 assists. And that's about it, guys. You want to see minutes from Hugo Gonzalez. You draft him in the first round, play him. Baylor Scheinman, give him minutes. You draft him in the first round the year before. Play him. They combined for 15 minutes. So if you have a season going nowhere, play the young guys. Next game, the Knicks defeated the Wizards 119-102. Let's start with the Wizards. Bilal Coulibaly with 15 and 7 with 2 assists, 2 steals. Nice, solid Bilal game. I could see this every game for him. This is his stat line right here. So nice performance. Alex Sarr, the big man, 19 points, 8 boards, 7 assists, 1 steal, and 2 blocks. Same for him. This is a classic Alex Sarr game. I love it. 50% from the field, 100% from the free throw line. No complaints. Keyshawn George, 15 points, 5 boards, 3 steals, and a block. Nice performance there. You can't ask for much more than those 3 guys are giving you. That's their game. That's in their pocket. But they just need a star to come in and do a lot of work. And that's all they have. But CJ McCollum in 22 minutes only had 5 points. So terrible game. Justin Champagny started, did nothing as well. Corey Kispert off the bench. You forget they even have Corey Kispert, but 15 and 4 assists. And he's a talented player. If he goes to the right team, he can help a team out for sure. Trey Johnson, their first round 6 pick in the draft, 21 minutes, 10 points, 4 boards, 1 assist. I really like to see him given 30-plus minutes per night. Like, why are you starting Justin Champagny when you know your team is 1-5, now 1-6? Trey Johnson should be starting. That's kind of, someone should get fired. Bub Carrington, you can debate, he should be starting. 25 minutes, 0 points. I can't really defend him on it. They gave him an opportunity tonight. He only had 7 assists and 5 turnovers. So Bub had a bad game tonight, but it could be because his confidence is gone. He was a key player last year, and this year he's on the bench for CJ McCollum and Justin Champagny. Oh, Washington. For the Knicks, a real team. Sorry, Washington fans. Jalen Brunson, 16 points and 9 assists. Great game. You want to see more points, but his field goal percentage wasn't great. But 16 and 9, always solid. Landry Shamet started for the Knicks, 11 and 5. Keep an eye out on that. Josh Hart came off the bench. They played everyone, so that's interesting. Mikal Bridges, 10 points, 2 boards, 4 assists, 3 steals, and 2 blocks. You got that category performance you want. Karl Anthony Towns with the big performance, 33 points, 13 boards, 5 assists, and 2 steals. That's what you want to see. That's more than what you could ask for. So you'll take that all day of the week. OG Anunoby, 16 and 6 with 5 steals. The steals this glorious Monday are just all over the place. Love it. Great game by OG Anunoby. Off the bench, like I said, they played everyone. Pacon Daddy had played. Muhammad Diawara played. Ariel Hukporti played. I guess they were like, it's the Wizards. Get your practice in. But Josh Hart, 12 points, 10 boards, 5 assists on the bench. Jordan Clarkson, 15 points off the bench. The Knicks win it easy. Next game, the Lakers defeated the Portland Trail Blazers 123-115. Oh, we got some questions. I'm going to get these in so you guys don't leave without hearing your answer. But got a question. Khalil Ware and Josh Hart on the waiver wire can only pick up one with number one, I guess waiver priority that is. Which one to take? 9-cat league. Ooh. That's a tough question. You know Josh Hart is going to finish in the top 100. They started Landry Shamet. So, the Knicks only have like 6 or 7 reliable guys. Josh Hart has had a rough start to the season, but I think I would go with Josh Hart. Since it's not Dynasty, if it's Dynasty, get Khalil Ware. But if you're doing a redraft, it seems like the Heat don't really want to have Khalil Ware as their starter. You know what I mean? So I think it could be a while before you get what you're looking for him. But Josh Hart had his first really good performance tonight. I think the minutes will be there. Yeah. If you need a center, though, get Ware. If it's positional wise, get Ware. But otherwise, I'll have to tell you to get Josh Hart if it's a win now situation. Another question that was by Don Sicario. Appreciate the question. A Jeezy has a question. His second question of the night. Appreciate you for tuning in. Do I think Isaiah Collier is not going to be starting this season? I mean, I don't think he's going to be starting this season because of the way that Keontae George is playing. You can't come in and alter that performance. Now, you will have to say there's a spot where Svi Mikhailiuk is. Isaiah can come in and take that spot easily. But do you want him and Keontae playing at the same time? Both are tremendous ball carriers. You don't want one taken away from another. But whether he starts or not, he's going to be over 20 minutes per game. But it's no clear path for him to start the way Keontae's playing. I like that. It sounds weird, but you really don't want to mess that chemistry up because, like I said, Keontae George is playing at an all-star level. And if you bring Collier in there to start and think he's going to be the guy handing the ball the whole time, that could mess that up. So definitely right away not starting, but that's going to be something to watch. But I wouldn't have high hopes for Collier this season other than assist because, they have Walter Clayton, who they tend to bring along. They have Keontae. They have Collier. They have Ace Bailey. It's kind of a mess there in Utah, but in a good way. They have too many good players. So someone's going to have to be moved out probably. All right, appreciate the questions. Like I said, we're on X. Check out SportsEthos. Check out the box score breakdown, Fantasy NBA Today. We're on YouTube. And submit your questions there as well. You guys are seeming to like the live show, so we're going to keep this up for you. Now, the Lakers defeated the Portland Trailblazers 123-115. When you think Lakers, you're always thinking LeBron. What did he do? Yeah, he's still out, unfortunately, but the Lakers are still winning. 5-2 now. And Luka Doncic didn't even play. He played the last game, but I guess he rested this game. So let's just start with what Austin Reeves didn't even play. Well, dang, they still beat the Blazers. No respect for the Blazers. But Rui Hachimura, 28 points, 4 boards, 1 assist, 1 steal, 1 block. He truly stepped it up in 37 minutes, the most minutes on the team. Great game by Rui. Jake LaRavia had been balling, but 11 points, 5 boards, 6 assists, and 3 steals. Solid. Dalton Connect with 8 points. He started, guys. 8 points, 4 boards, and 1 assist. Now, Dalton Connect's been getting dropped in a lot of leagues, not even rostered in a bunch of leagues. So we're going to have to keep an eye on that. But, he started and still did not much. So you never know. DeAndre Ayton was the guy that exploded tonight with 29 points, 10 boards, 2 assists, and 3 blocks. Who is this DeAndre Ayton? He's like, I don't need my guys to come back. I want to start. I want them gone, and I will ball out. If he can do this with the main guys there, then look out. You got a real team then. And Marcus Smart started with 9 points and had 3 steals, 5 assists. Great game by Marcus Smart. And I say great for him, because that's 3 steals and, 5 assists. That's really good. He's not going to score a ton. So 9 points. He's a guy you can look at as a pickup drop when you need him. On the bench, Nick Smith Jr. had 25 points. Nick Smith Jr., the very talented point guard that's been discarded by the Hornets, never really given a true chance in the NBA. 25 points off the bench with 6 assists and 2 steals. Now, you're going to say, should I pick him up? No, because like I said, the 3 big guys are out, and 2 of them will be back next game. For the Portland Trailblazers, you look for Dame Lillard, he's not going to be there. Scoot Henderson, not there. Yang Hansen, DNP, who did play. Donovan Clingan, in 18 minutes, had 2 points and 4 rebounds and 1 block. He wasn't even in foul trouble. I don't know what's going on, but he let DeAndre Ayton dominate him. Maybe he had food poisoning, but that's terrible by Donovan Clingan tonight. Drew Holiday has been playing tremendous. Only 8 and 6 assists tonight with a steal. Shaedon Sharpe, really nice performance, 23 points, 7 boards, 2 assists, 3 steals. He was one of the two and a half guys that stepped up tonight. I'll say 3. But Denny Avia, 33 points, 6 boards, 2 assists, 1 steal, 1 block. He can do this a lot because who else is going to? 33 points is great, though. 50% from the field, 91% from the free throw line. Tremendous game by Denny Avia. That needs to be known because I think a lot of times his name gets thrown out there. Like he could be a top 60 player or whatever, and people are like, Denny Avia? But you play like this, you can't miss. Tamani, 14 and 7 with 2 steals. Jeremy Grant, Mr. Reliable off the bench with 18 points, 4 assists, 2 steals. It's just crazy Donovan Clingan did that. Robert Williams off the bench played better than him in 15 minutes, had 6 points, 3 boards, 2 assists, and a steal. So interesting. That's all I can say. All right, in this last game, the Heat and the Clippers, they are tied at 107 right now with 7 minutes left in the game. But I'm going to tell you what's going on right now, unless we have another question. All right. Bam Adebayo, 21 and 9 with 3 assists and 2 steals. Like I said, with 7 minutes left, as he's going to get that double-double, I would assume, doing Bam things. You want some more blocks. He has no blocks, so get a block before the game ends, Bam. Norm Powell was back, 19 points, 2 assists. And, that's going to hurt guys that have been playing well, like Pelle Larsson, who did still start, but had 6 points and 3 steals at this point. But he was doing much better than that. Jaime Jaquez was doing much better than 6.6 boards, 5 assists. So it's some stuff going on out there. Andrew Wiggins, 11 points, 2 assists. Davion Mitchell started 8 points, 9 assists, 3 steals. He had been slacking, so 9 assists and 3 steals is what you want. Just when people were about to drop him, that's what you want. And we got a question earlier about Khalil Ware. Like I said, off the bench, it's 6 minutes, 45 minutes left, and he's only played 18 minutes. So that's tough, man. But in those 18 minutes, he's balled out. 16 points, 5 boards, 2 blocks. That's what you want. But why is he not starting? I don't know. The Clippers, Kawhi Leonard, 23 points, 3 assists, 4 steals, 2 blocks with time left in the game. 4 steals and 2 blocks. That's what you want to see. Kawhi's having a tremendous year. Just knock on wood. He just keeps playing. He's doing great. Ivica Zubac, 9 points, 17 rebounds, 3 assists. If he could get 20 rebounds tonight, he possibly could. And get those one more basket, and he got a tremendous game. James Harden, 21, 6 boards, 8 assists, 1 steal. Unfortunately, 5 turnovers, but Harden doing Harden things. Brad Beal started, has 12 points and 2 assists thus far. That's a name you haven't heard much of this year. Hasn't done much this year, but you'll take that. He's 2 for 4 on threes. You'll do something with that. John Collins off the bench, 12 points, 2 boards. They are underutilizing him, but Chris Dunn, 10 points, 2 steals, and 4 assists off the bench. Derrick Jones started, 12 points, 1 steal, 1 block. Clippers are just doing Clipper things. It seems like they're just doing enough to win. That's all they care about. Bogdan Bogdanović is not really playing at all this year, so that's a bit surprising. I would look for some type of trade at some point. I'll mention Chris Paul off the bench, 3 points, 4 assists. He's a Hall of Famer. He's still out there. It might be his last year, but he's still out there doing things. So that's always fun. Okay, let's go with the recap of the top performers tonight, at least thus far. We got Bam Adebayo with 21 and 9, and the game's not over. Ivica, 17 boards. Dante DiVincenzo stepped it up, 25 points, 9 boards, 7 assists. Nick Claxton, 19, 8 and 7. Giannis, 33 and 13. Siakam, 32 points, 8 assists, 3 steals. Keontae George, 31 points. Jaylen Brown, 36 points. Karl Anthony Towns, 33 points and 13 boards. PJ Washington, 29 and 12. Alpi Sengun, 26 and 11 with 6 assists. Isaiah Stewart with a surprise 26, 14, and 4 blocks. Russ, give him some love. Russell Westbrook with the 26, 12, and 6. Jokic, 34, 7, 14, and 4 steals. DeAndre Ayton, 29 points, 10 boards, 3 blocks. Love to see that name on there. Please keep it up, DeAndre Ayton. Lakers are 6 and 2 now. Denny Avia with 33 and 6. So that's a wrap, guys. First live show of the season. That was fun. I really appreciate your time, your questions. And like I said, subscribe, download, like, tell a friend to tell a friend. Check out the YouTube channel. Check out SportsEthos.com. Thank you all so much for listening. Till next time, I'm out of here. Peace. At William S. Bill. Peace.